So I'm busy making some new panels for the side. I'm actually getting to a point where I'm finally making things look better in the bus and not worse. So I got the front panels beside the driver and passenger seats were completely hooped, and I don't have the electric seat controls anymore. I've got truck air seats, so there was the control panel there that I got rid of, and then I had a hole to fill. So anyway, I started over, built some new ones. And I've got some 1/4-inch subfloor that I used for them. I've got most of the dash is all closed in now. Where am I? So doghouse is in. I think I showed that before. So I started building a dash. I want to make it exactly, well, not exactly, but as close as possible to the old Wanderlodge dash, so it won't look that different, other than the fact that the doghouse is lower and longer and a different shape. But for the most part, I'm hoping it'll look more or less the same, plus there'll be a shifter sticking up. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but I completely changed the shifter around. I had it on an angle, and I had the hydraulic jack controls above it. I pulled all that apart, and I got rid of the hydraulic jack controls. I'm going to put them, I'm not sure where, maybe somewhere to the left of the steering wheel, not down on the floor where they used to be, because that really bugged me from day one, but maybe up under the dash or something. Figure that out, somewhere I won't bang my knee on them. Anyway, so yeah, so I've got part of a dash built here, and I had to leave an access for the radiator because that's where the fill is. Not much I could do about that. So I'm going to make some kind of a hinged cap there. I'm not sure, but it'll blend in. You won't see it unless you're topping the radiator up. And there's of course, a low coolant warning sensor in the header tank, so won't need to open that too often. And this is the access for. One thing I really want to make this thing quiet. I've got this double-walled doghouse, and I've got insulation on the inside of it. Between the two walls is fire-resistant expanding foam. And then for the front here, I closed it off with a combination of wood and aluminum. So I'm not quite finished here, but that'll be the access for the dipstick. And then the windshield wash, which I got to mount yet. Can't mount that until I know where the dipstick comes up. And then over there is the power steering. And there's nothing else that I need to look at up front. Don't ever need to swing the radiator again, because there's nothing mounted on the front end of this motor. It's all accessible from under the big doghouse here. And so I've built this little hinged flap. I've used some camper tape to make sure that it was sealed properly. This is an old Freightliner, I think it's a bunk hinge or something like that. I don't remember where I robbed that one from, and this fits quite tightly. So hopefully there'll be no air leak, no noise leakage. I want this thing to be quiet. So the next thing is to finish the dash, build the toe kick here, and cover the fuse panel up. And yeah, put the dash on. I've got the dash cut out. This is my third attempt at a dash. I'm not much of a woodworker. So I built one, and I didn't like the way I tried to put the Freightliner bend right down the middle between the two big gauges, and it didn't work out very well. So I built another one, and I laminated the wood veneer to it, and it bubbled. I used the wrong glue, apparently. It looked really good. Came back a week later, and it was full of bubbles, so I had to tear it off again. I'm going to try it a third time. And this is the old table that sat in front of the dash, and that is going to go once again right on top of this gray piece here. I'm putting fabric, it's kind of gray vinyl, fabric backed vinyl down everywhere that might be poking out, so that if there's some areas that are everything that you can see hopefully will look finished this way, so hopefully I don't have to revisit that. But anyway, most of that right up from the shifter to the side there will be covered by the little table, and it'll hook on just the way the old one did. Comes out almost exactly the same distance from the dash as the old one. The dash is the same height as the old one, and all of this exposed wiring will be covered by the dash. It'll have the same long section with the auxiliary gauges, except I'm probably going to put a GPS in there or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what will go in there yet. Maybe the CB, or maybe the CB will go up top, not sure yet. And then the big dash that I just showed you, the red one, when that's finished, it'll have all the Freightliner gauges and it'll be there. And that's where I'm at right now.